Hi, I'm here with my father, Peter Studer, and we're just going to have a conversation today about our current situation and what his thoughts are on everything that's going on with the planet as it is right now. And I've always wanted to interview my own father. So this is Dad over here.
Hi.
We look the same, don't we?
Don't we? Little bit.
Okay. All right, Dad. Basically, I just wanted to ask you, like, a lot of people are under house arrest. Like 3.5 billion people have been put under house arrest. Economically, it's an absolute mess. And I just wanted to know your thoughts. Like, where do you think it's going to go?
I mean, first we have to talk about what do we know and what more and more people are aware of. We know that, call it the deep state or the cabals and things like that, we do know that they are intending to have a second wave where they claim that it's going to be much worse than the first one. Secondly, their progress we do not know, but we can somehow feel and see a trend that is not going well for them. We see that the protests all over the world, let's mention Germany, France, and particularly America, have changed the character, the aggressivity of the police and other things have completely changed, and you have the feeling that the people are somehow trending on the side of the people. The third thing is that we have to realize that people are opposing this vaccine, they are aware of. Another point is that the economy, yes, is in very deep
Shit?
call it shit, yes. And the expectation what these people had is not sufficient. So I think we can claim, including now these happenings in the United States with this Jeffrey Epstein and this whole story, is of course putting many people from the cabals into an embarrassing situation, and you can really say that many people also in Hollywood are very much afraid that they may be really prosecuted, and eventually, as we know that Trump has now rebuilt Guantanamo and has additionally put 400 cells. So there is a certain trend and a certain how can I say, a certain tendency that they are in troubles. There's another fact that people have become realize that, particularly those who have these intentions, we can mention Bill Gates, Soros, and many others, you feel that the dynamics have been disappearing. That's what we know.
So do you think that this is an amazing opportunity to actually wake up? Do you think that a lot of people, even though we've been put into this situation almost forcefully and things have changed so violently over 3 months in terms of people's lives changing, do you think this is an opportunity for a lot of people to just internalize, redirect themselves and actually awaken? And do you think it's going to happen, or do you think that there might be an opportunity that we're going to just go down the same path we've been on, this kind of, I don't know what to call it?
No, I think every individual, you can, particularly those who are on the same page, which have the information what could be expected, you can see that they realized that our past, I'm talking about I call it our old system. We can realize what we have done wrong. I mean, we have gone through the last 30 years like drunk. We consumed as if there's no tomorrow. We have definitely exaggerated this consumption, and that also led, of course, to a certain end of the system. And those who realize that are questioning now what's coming up. Now, if they are expecting all these evil, bad things, they become very much aware. And that's where I believe in the energy of human beings, that they don't accept that, and they become far more normal, because the mechanism of the last system are definitely disappearing. The values are changing. I mean, not only the
Especially
material
if, like,
values,
yeah,
but also the
consumerism
personal,
is changing,
the personal
especially.
values. If somebody talk about his career or what he has done and what he was big, that disappeared. It has basically no meaning anymore.
Yeah.
Which is somehow fantastic in a way.
It's wonderful. Well, we've seen an inflation in prices of things that are actually things that we need in terms of food and all of those things, and then a deflation in all the things that are actually consumers goods that are not really that important. And I think it's going to shift a lot of people's internal understanding of what is
that's
truly
exactly
important,
correct.
right?
Yes.
And so
yes.
family, and so togetherness, unity is important. All of those things I think are going to be highlighted in this period of time. So
Right.
I hope that humanity really takes this opportunity and really goes forward. So how do you think, if you were to live, let's say now in this Western world, we're in Bali currently, but if you
Yes,
live in the
that's right.
Western world,
Luckily.
as you can see, sun's still shining, we're outside.
Yes.
But if you could speak to the people that are living in London or New York or any of those places, people who have 9-to-5 working conditions and have families to support, what advice would you give to those people in those cities?
I think it's a great challenge. And what is a challenge? Particularly people in the big cities, they have forgotten to live independently or self-sustainable. Not like here, where the bananas are 12 months a year, the bananas and the mangoes, we can just pick it up. So imagine in a big city, they need a distribution network, and particularly they need also electricity. And what they have, of course, is the permanent threat of not having electricity, for instance. So one can imagine what that would mean. No computer, basically nothing. You could even not expect water. The pumps are not working anymore. The computers are done. That is a tremendous threat, particularly in big cities. So what I would suggest, that those who can and have the facilities to become at least more independent, to make sure that you have water, clean water, that you have electricity that can be done with solar panels, and technically is no problem. Go away from the big cities and try to be self-sufficient and self-sustainable. That is an incredible challenge, a complete new life, absolutely challenging work to make plans, to plant trees, and to make sure that we don't have a situation where we always depend, particularly in big cities. They depend on electricity, on services, on these things. That is, of course, not everybody can move in a land. Zeg madame.
In a land that is what?
That offers water, that
Okay.
offers a good quality of soil and things like that. But there are many individuals who can
Take small steps.
small steps in
Yeah.
that direction. That's what I would suggest.
Okay, I see. So basically, in my opinion, it almost seems like it's an opportunity where, when we look at like the social hierarchy of, like, in population as such, right? You've got, there's people down here and there's people up at the top, right? So is this an opportunity for everybody to level out, really? To like, is there an opportunity for people to level out and start fresh and upturn into something else? Or how do you see it? Do you still feel like there is a challenge in terms of growth if you are in a certain demographic, in a certain place? Or do you think like now this is an opportunity to really go forward? Just if you're good internally, you're going to be able to change a lot of things in your life?
That depends. I mean, we have to go back to the old system. I call that the old system, where we knew that the one who have more money will always tell the one who has less what he has to do. That goes from the pyramid, from the top to the lowest. Even a multi-billionaire will tell to a billionaire what he has to do, and an employee will tell to the employers what they have to do. That is a fact. That is also why they could worldwide very quickly spread this coronavirus. People who are paid will always represent the opinion from those who are paying. That is the old system. Now, after the crisis, if this crisis comes over, we are going to have a new monetary system. And what you are asking me largely depend on the new system, how the new system is going to function, whether this mechanism of the old system will somehow still be the same, maybe on a hand phone and things like that. We don't know, but I say, but for sure we have a challenge now to make our thoughts about and how we can personally adapt, become more humble and more giving. We have in our language in Indonesia we have a fantastic word, and I think no language has that. Like kasih is the word. Kasih means giving, but also means loving, and that's what I really suggest, that people are understanding that giving is really contributing to a far better atmosphere in the society, in the families, among friends, and so on. That's my hope.
Perfect. And so, if you could tell people, obviously, it's really difficult to get the right information these days. So, where could one get their information that is based on true research, so that people can make their own judgments on what they actually believe? Because a lot of people are confused with the general media and all of the things that are going on out in the internet, and how it's just difficult to find real information. So what is your advice? Where do people look for the right advice and for the right information?
Look, we still have an incredibly high percentage of people who are not interested. They're simply not interested. They are not Googling, they are not researching, they take information from the mass media, but there is nothing that can fascinate them to know the truth. People don't want to know the truth. That is, I think, the biggest problem. We are talking about interest, and interest is a big part of love, as we know. And they just don't want to know it, and they live on. They take superficial information and live on. And this is, of course, the target group of the cabals. These are the people which are not opposing or not discussing about the whole thing. They are basically sleeping. The good thing is that we can see that more and more people are waking up. But it's no doubt that a high percentage, certainly higher than 60-70%, are still deeply sleeping and not interested in the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sounds good. Is there any last words you want to say, Dad, before the sun goes down, or
I mean,
what else do you?
What can I say? Look, we have here a lot of kites. Unfortunately, you cannot see it. It's so wonderful. It's so beautiful. So what I'm saying is, for now, at least we have a fantastic moment. The fact that I can talk to my daughter about this subject. Many years she hated this kind of subjects. All of a sudden she is interested, and that I find that fantastic. Without panicking or without take information which is negative. Only take the positive things, and then we can enjoy. We don't know what's happening tomorrow. Yesterday is over. Forget it. That is certainly not coming back. So we are here today. We have fantastic food. We have a beautiful garden. We have our own food here. We have on the roof here, we have solar panels. We have clean water and papayas all around us.
Very fortunate.
So we are incredibly to be thankful, to be incredibly thankful that we are in this situation. And even look, when I was a boy, I had a dream that I would like one day to have so much money that it doesn't worry me. Now that could eventually happening, but you don't know what to do with the money. So even this we have to ignore. It doesn't matter. As long as we have a platform like right now, there's no worry, and I think many people could do that.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Dad. This is our very first interview.
Yes.
I hope there's more to come. You can find your YouTube channel. What is the name of your YouTube channel?
Surya Bali.
Surya Bali. I will put that in the link. And if you want to follow my dad's channel, you can do so, and I will give you the information. And it's just such a joy that I can sit here with you on this sunny day, Daddy.
And for me, it's a historical moment, because if I think back 5 or 10 years, every word I had say would go on her nerves, because she was
That's absolutely true.
It was we had even, unfortunately, we had even fights, and we had time we did not discuss to each other because of difference of opinion, and now all that is gone. And I'm not saying because of the virus scare. No, it already before things started to go in the direction that we can develop same interests, and I find that very fantastic. And thank you very much. I'm
You're
really,
welcome.
really
I love you.
happy for that.
All right.
Very happy.
We're gonna go paint now. Yes?
Yes.
Yes, let's go paint. All right.
Let's go.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.